And turning now to higher education and free speech at college campuses. A watchdog group found that the vast majority of schools across the U.S. have policies that restrict student speech. Our reporter spoke with the group that made the findings.
The watchdog group Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, or FIRE for short, describes itself as an organization committed to defending rights of Americans to free speech. On Tuesday, the group published its annual report called The Spotlight on Speech Codes, where it analyzes policies at almost 500 colleges and ranks them in colors, red, yellow, and green. Their homepage states that a red light institution maintains at least one policy that both clearly and substantially restricts freedom of speech or bars public access to its speech-related policies by requiring a university login and password for access, while a yellow light institution maintains policies that could too easily be applied to suppress protected speech. Over the past decade, FIRE found that more and more colleges have moved from red into yellow. Laura Beltz is the director of policy reform at FIRE. She tells NTD there are multiple reasons the situation has been getting better.
One of them is that there used to be quite prevalent a lot of policies that we called free speech zone policies that would restrict students to a small out-of-the-way area on campus and say that's the only place you're allowed to conduct expressive activities. But in the past decade, about half of states across the country have banned those sorts of policies.
She says another reason is that policies banning offensive speech are decreasing. However, only 12% of the schools reviewed managed to end up in the green category. Colleges are able to restrict speech with specific policies, such as ones against offensive language, ones that restrict students' right to protest, and more. Legally, private institutions are allowed to restrict students' speech, but Beltz says many of those institutions advertise free speech.
So we hold the private schools that promise free speech to those First Amendment standards. If they're going to promise free speech, they can't have it both ways and then restrict free speech in other policies.
She adds that FIRE offers to work with schools to revise policies. Reporting by Arian Pazdar, NTD News.